freedom. Just like as I said, today being 11th day of January 2026. This is a Kofa da Ramiya roundabout Sokoto. So the challenges we are having is that the judgment of the court is really affecting Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. Remember that the judge ordered that Nnamdi Kanu should not have electronic access to electronic devices. And somebody who is doing an appeal on his own, he cannot. Even the correctional center, when the Nnamdi Kanu wanted to go and do something, they said that no, the order said that he should not have any electronic device. How can you say somebody who is doing his appeal, he cannot have access to a printer, he cannot have access to photocopier, he cannot have access to any electronic gadgets? It is unfair. You don't do this kind of thing. Now, the consultants, most of the consultants and the people, the sympathizers, the experts that have sympathy for him has submitted, has given me their various contributions in their appeal. You can see it. Now, I'm giving him the hard copy. It is now left for him now to see all these things, put it together, and he print it out and sign and file his appeal. But he cannot do it. I just gave him the hard copy. He was telling me the challenges he's having. Today is the 11th day of January, and the judgment was given on November, and he cannot file his appeal. I have not seen this kind of judgment in my life. I know what I'm saying. Now, is this not against the principle of fair hearing? I've been in Sokoto here for how many days now? This is the challenges I'm having, and I cannot be coming from Abuja to Sokoto. Each trip I embark from Abuja to Sokoto here, both flight tickets, drop, hotel bills. It's not fair. So that is the challenges he's having. So we are looking for a way on how to, whether to go back to the court, for court to reconsider his this on appeal. I don't know how we're going to do it. That's a God bless you. That's the update I said. Let me just give.
Yeah. Biafra is the way. Biafra exit is the door that will allow other nations to leave Nigeria. So everybody, because if our government careless, these powers that be in the world, they go down by force. So if our government careless, that's why they do this program. Israel say may they let Kanu go.
Yes, good idea.
They release Biafra. Trump they talk. Other nations they talk. African nations they talk.
Papa,
they watch the actions of the superpowers of the world. Waiting they want to take Biafra do for Nigeria.
Papa,
how they want to come Biafra from Nigeria. How they want free Kanu. That is the key to the future. Biafra is the key to the future of Nigeria. If you now look at my post where I do for July, before they say they want to do judgment for 18th of July, I write for that post. I say, free Nnamdi Kanu, may they go. Nnamdi Kanu na Fulani problem, no be Yoruba problem. At the talk, make our president here say, you will be Yoruba, don't inherit Fulani problem. Kanu say Fulani problem. Because the prophecy where they see, now the prophecy they work against them. Now waiting they won't do, now in they see for prophecy. No be waiting Yoruba won't do, now they see for prophecy. Even if Nigerian government no want to divide Nigeria, the world powers go divide Nigeria because of Biafra. So Biafra is the way. Every part of Nigeria, we won't go. Maybe they're ready to go. As Biafra they go, all of us come out through Biafra. Now, but not be that one I want to talk. What I want to talk be say, the powers that be want each unit stakeholder of Nigeria to have a good future. The sufferness where Igbo people they suffer, and the genocide of Christians in Nigeria, it don't reach the whole world. And because of that, they want to make peace. Peace where we say political peace, where everybody go feel defend himself and stand by himself. That is the ultimate goal. And this is what our government should do to complement the effort of the American government. The American government now don't subdue all the cabals, negative cabals. Don't subdue all the powerful people. We know that all the chains where they put for the hand and leg of National Assembly, all the chains where they put for president hand. We know let her do it today in mind. American government initiative for Nigeria now. It don't commode those ones for road. So the presidents and the National Assembly should do the needful. So may we do friendly separation into cooperation. Confederation is friendly separation to cooperate at a higher level with respect and dignity. That is Confederation. And with all the friends of Biafra now, they not go agree for that parliamentary when they talk. So maybe not think well, or else they will just jack Biafra come out. It will become republic by itself. And once you do that, Yoruba nation too, they get name for United Nations. They will just give them their own. The Middle Belt, where they buy anyhow. United Nations will give them their own republic. Niger Delta Republic don't start. Therefore, government should play ball. Do it before they do it for you. We must divide ourselves before they divide us. This is good news. If Nigeria government no one divide us, they go divide us. The world powers they go divide us. Therefore, the government must show relevance. As they help us now, they don't send all the cabals to sleep. The powerful people where they hold us down, all of them they run for their life. This is the time where all of them they run. Make the government come sit down, National Assembly and the presidency. May they organize small confab, then referendum. May they make all of us vote for how we want to do them. May they do them. May we get Confederation Republic of Nigeria. Parliamentary no go work because the friend of Biafra no go grip parliamentary. They want Biafra may stand by itself. So everybody must stand by itself. That's the formula. Biafra is the way, is what to study to solve Nigeria problem.
Okay, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, have destroyed and exposed the Fulani agenda against Nigerians, against the Middle Beltans, against even the Yorubas themselves, even though some people call them that betrayer. And it's looking as if that the America and Israel will be bringing, the Venezuela type of treatment to Sokoto and to the Sokoto Caliphate, and most importantly to the northern, cabals. What's your take as regards this?
You see, the collusion or collaboration of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa's, agitation has exposed many weak points of the North. There are many things that were hidden before that has been unfolded right now to everybody's notice. It was Malami, it was Sadano Sokoto, Buhari himself, Gumi, and all those radicalized Muslims, elites in the North that actually wanted Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa dead. But this time around, they have, been receiving blames. I don't know what I understand. Every backlash. Why? They have seen that what Nnamdi Kanu was saying in the past is now a truth. And what actually exposed this truth mostly was the Christian genocide that was on course since last year, since 2 years ago, since 3 years ago. For 10 years now, Christian genocide was going on. And this young gentleman has been shouting and shouting, reporting Nigeria on the media, visiting United Nations Secretariat, visiting Israel, Canada, reporting Nigeria on what is happening today. In the past, and we've seen Nnamdi Kanu as a prophet who actually exposed Sadano Sokoto's hypocrisy. Yes, Sadano's hypocrisy has been exposed by Nnamdi Kanu Simon Ekpa collaboration. Because Sadano Sokoto is not a Nigerian. He migrated from Senegambia. He's a Fulani man. Using their grandfather ideology, Abakatafa Balawa, Osman Danfodio, the first Fulani jihadist in West Africa, was just to oppress, conquer them, oppress them, divide them, rule them. That was the method used by the jihadists, Osman Danfodio, that actually captured Afonja at the axis of Kwara State, Yoruba Oba. I don't know what I understand. And cut his head. And today, are the Yorubas not Muslims? They are. And okay, today I have a question for you. Could a Yoruba man preside over bigger Jumat in Abuja? Yoruba man as an imam. Every Fulani Muslim will walk away. You see the kind of trick.
Is it that they feel that they are superior?
I'm telling you. Fulani believe that since the oldest mosque,
they are superior to
yes, since the oldest mosque in Timbuktu, Mali, is in Timbuktu, Mali, and Fulani man migrated from Mali, migrated from Senegambia, migrated from Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, as far as Sudan. They believe that they are superior to any Muslim other tribe. Any other tribe that is a Muslim, Fulani man doesn't regard you. Yet they want you to belong, either by force or you pay the ultimate price. That is what makes Fulani radicalized Muslims the most difficult sects we have in the world. Yet they don't want to reintegrate you into their midst to become one of them. Because they believe that they allow where them they talk. They believe that that's their drink, beer, that they don't drink in the open places, drinking beer, putting it inside jug and kettle, drinking it indoor, smoking what is more dangerous, intoxicating than beer. In the darkness, sometimes they smoke it in the open place. That is drug. Causing people, Christians that are drinking beer. Beer and drug, which one is more dangerous? When Gumi said that Christians deserve death, all of them, because they are drinking, just imagine. Look at that Muslim pig like Gumi. Look at his own belief and mindset. Beer and wine, drug, sock away, gum, heroin, cocaine, smoked by the Muslims, by the radicalized Muslims. That one is not against the law. So let me tell you, my brother, it is too obvious that what opened Nigerians' eyes was predictions, prophecies of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. That time shall come, the Fulanis will actually leave the bush where they are always hiding out, coming into the town, slaughtering Christians, slaughtering community peoples, slaughtering villages, slaughtering people in the town. And Nnamdi Kanu actually predicted it right. That is what has happened. Fulani has invited all their brothers in southern Nile, southern Algeria, southern Morocco, all the Fulani tribes in Mauritania, southern Libya, southern Niger, southern Chad, as far as Sudan, into Nigeria to help them fight jihad. Jihad is by forcing people into Islam. That is the meaning of jihad. To believe, to become Muslim faith, Islamic faith. I don't know what to understand. So let me tell you, jihadism is it. That is the meaning of jihadism. And the Fulani succeeded on doing that. I don't know what to understand. So that's it. I'm telling you. So this time around, Nnamdi Kanu exposed all these truths to Nigerians. And that's why Sadano Sokoto is running. He's on the wall because Kanu, on the road because Kanu has succeeded. I don't know what to understand. Kanu has succeeded on opening the eyes of the Northerners. Kanu has succeeded on telling the Hausas how far. This is what happened to you. The Hausa man now has begun to have killing mindset of whom he is. See, what Kanu and Simon Ekpa has done has brought to this kind of peaceful atmosphere in the north. The killings we see on the north now are mercenaries. Mercenaries from Middle East. I don't know what to understand. They are all ISWAP, ISIS, Al-Qaeda fighters, or you call them militia, bought over by northern elites, radicalized Muslims in the north. Number one person is Sadano Sokoto. And today you are seeing it. I don't know what to understand. So this has opened the eyes of Nupers, Bares, Hausas in Plateau State, Hausas in Niger, Hausas in Sokoto, Hausas in Niger, Bauchi, Gombe, Kaduna, Kanu, Zamfara, Sokoto. Their eyes are open. Katsina. The Fulanis are visitors and they are all bandits. Bloody one. So you see it happening, coming. That's why Nnamdi Kanu is now an exonerated person. See, let me tell you, come what may, Kanu has turned Sokoto prison into a tourist attraction center. And the whole world are visiting Sokoto prison. And come what may, this is 2026. Bet me, Kanu is coming out. Willy-nilly, whether Tinubu likes it or not, whether the young man that was yelling at me inside his car over my accurate and lucid narration on how Fulani Janjaweeds invaded Nigeria, whether that young man that was yelling at me likes it or not, Kanu is coming out. I don't understand. He was just yelling and yelling, but I was busy, explaining my thing. Because all I know is that he couldn't come out from the car to fight me. The whole world will watch him and he will get arrested. Because I am entitled to my opinion. I'm an Igbo man. I must speak out. I will never hide under the aegis of timidity or timorousness, being, depreciated or belittled by all these, criminals, urchins, Nigerian non-entities that could not even come out and voice out what is wrong with Nigerian political landscapes. So most of us that are saying the truth on the street of Lagos, they often attack us, but we still remain on our point. Come what may, Kanu is the reason why Gumi, El-Rufai, Sadano Sokoto, they are asking for division of Nigeria right now, and most of them They have been absconding. Why? Israel has come in to collude with America to begin to pick these sponsors of terrorists in the north, one by one, one by one. And again, I want to tell you this. Sokoto forest bombardment by American military forces has actually exposed many things about Sokoto Caliphate. Sadono Sokoto is the director general, an emperor, a royal father of all the terrorist platforms in the northern Nigeria. Where is Sadono Sokoto? Where is Gumi? Where is Erufai? We want to see all these sponsors whose names were compiled in the faraway United Arab Emirates. They are all on the run. And I want to tell you that Israel is coming with American military operation. State of Israel is going to pick one by one all the sponsors using their Mossad operatives in the north, wherever they go, wherever they're hiding. No hiding place for Gumi. There's no hiding place for goldfish like Erufai. There is no hiding place for all these sponsors of bandits and other terrorist platforms like Badaru. Badaru, the former minister of, I think, defense, that was just retired the other day. They were all fingered. What about Mudu Cherif? Mudu Cherif has been fingered. What about Kwankwaso? Fingered because he was the one that actually signed Sharia law in Kanu State for the first time. I don't know what to understand. Mossad is coming to pick all these people. If care is not taken, what happened in Venezuela is going to be repeated here. Trump is not afraid of anybody.